Okay. Hey, Chris. Today we have Chris Brenkins, our CEO, who will be reacting to personal injury websites. So, hey, Chris, how are you doing?
Hey Chintan, doing great. Thank you.
So, seems like we have a gift for some personal injury websites after Christmas. It came a bit late, but we'll be dissecting these websites, and I am super excited for it.
Yes, same here. I look at hundreds of personal injury websites in a matter of a week, if not more. And there's always some easy, low-hanging fruit things we were able to find. So it's always exciting to dissect them and just jump into different aspects of SEO.
Perfect. So, first up, we have this 5-star rating website, a self-proclaimed 5-star rating website of Farahi law firm. What do you think about it? What are your immediate comments from an SEO perspective, from a web design perspective? What do you think about it?
Okay. Well, I don't want to lead with the bad, so we'll lead with some positives. I love the personalization of the site. You know, the attorney's right up front. That always gives a little element of trust. He has some trophies that most likely were bought. General public doesn't know that, but these are relatively easy to acquire. But still, it creates a nice credibility of the firm. See, American Institute, best law firm, trial lawyers. That's great. We have a couple more award-winning law firms, some badges. Like they really like the badges. That's their thing. So that's cool. As seen in the news. So I'm curious to see if some of those news mentions are also shown on the website for a couple of attorneys we worked with. If they were mentioned in the news, we would put little YouTube snippets somewhere on their website from the actual news appearances. Let's see if I can find those. Doesn't look like. Okay.
It doesn't look like it. Yeah.
No, it doesn't. So let's start dissecting this a little bit further on other aspects of the site. So we see the badges. For me personally, and I'm not a huge designer, but just something feels a little clunky, like this font and overall feel could be a little bit more professional. I do like the header. It's very clear that, hey, here's the call to actions. Let's see a little bit the mobile version, how that feels. I would like the phone number up here because there's no call. Oh, we have it down here, so that's good. Okay. Text us too. So we're doing all right call to action wise, but let's understand a little bit more what are the SEO objectives with this website. Where is Farahi trying to take his company's SEO? So first, usually we would put different elements on a site to optimize it for respective pages. So let's see what his homepage is optimized for. So top rated personal injury lawyers for Farahi law firm. Okay. So, and then heading tag, which is the first tag on a page right here. Okay. Which is super important to figure out what that is, because that's the main kind of guiding point for Google, what the page is about. So it looks like their homepage is optimized for brand terms, which is totally fine. A lot of people do that, but then there has to be a bigger plan behind it. So let's see. Then we have other pages down here that leads to other practice area pages. So let's just click on this one. So this one is car accident lawyers. I just see that from a title tag, but I want to see a little more. What is it? Car accident lawyers. That's the heading tag.
Oh. What do you think about it?
Okay. Well, I'm about to get into it. So this is really confusing to me. I don't know why Farahi is creating pages that are not optimized for any specific geolocation.
Exactly.
In e-commerce, it would make sense having a category page about red basketball shoes, and you don't need geo modification. In their case, they do need geo modification, and pages like this is only creating confusion for Google, because why are there so many pages that are not optimized for geolocation? Are they directory? Is this a directory about lawyers in general? So that's a big issue. Now let's understand where are these location pages. Actually, before we do that, let's do a quick overview of their rankings because, maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe overnight, latest Google update is now showing different things for us. But let's see their rankings because I have a feeling that will be correct in that sense. So yeah, homepage ranking nicely for Farahi law firm. What's nice is they actually have a pretty solid brand search volume.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you look deeper, we're seeing only, I would say, what we consider long-term keywords. So
Yep.
anoxic brain injury, ICD. So that's nice. Those are some high-value terms, but this is coming more from blog articles, and that's where the strategy could work because these are most likely class action lawsuits that are happening across the entire state. So those type of cases they can get in. But what's going on exactly for what we would consider highest value pages? Okay, this one's interesting. Personal injury accident lawyers in San Pedro. So it sounds like they have a location page. They are ranking number 3. So that's good. They've done a good job there. So let's see, how is this page optimized? So we have probably a decent title tag. There you go. Title is nice. H1 is nice. So it's working. I mean, it probably could be improved to some extent, but it's working here. So the question is, why same approach is not being built out across the main practice area pages? And
Correct.
it's a common issue we're seeing across a lot of law firms because they want to target several locations. So they don't really know how to tie it all together. How we like to do it is, honestly, I think they should just optimize their homepage for entire California because these locations, I mean, they are relatively close to each other. So you could use one of your primary locations as your main optimization in this case. It could be like Los Angeles personally injury lawyers, and then these would be additional locations they're targeting. So in this case, all these pages that are not optimized for any geo modification, these would be optimized for LA and including the homepage as well. So now all this content you've written, you can actually use it to some extent for some real optimizations. Because right now we're just confusing Google with additional content that's not really serving any purpose whatsoever.
Absolutely.
So let's take a little deeper in LA page. So let's say they want to rank for Los Angeles personal injury lawyer. So we have a nice intro page. It's optimized. But now I want to see other pages in regards to Los Angeles practice areas. So here they have listed all these additional practice areas, but are these LA? Or they're going to go back to the main practice area with pages that are optimized for nothing. So, okay, this one, now we're seeing even more little confusing optimizations. This one's saying California, which was sort of the point I was making, that we need some kind of like a main optimization point to go back to. But in this case, we're just going back to these optimized pages that are targeting only the nationwide keywords. So,
So overall, like concluding comments on this website, what do you think they can do better? Like I can give you one stat as well. On Ahrefs, it shows 60% of their pages get zero traffic.
yeah. Well, and the reason being is the foundational optimization. I think this website has great potential. I want to just quickly see what's their domain rating, how powerful the domain is. Because I like seeing law firms with high brand search volume, and they are being searched 200 times a month. Okay, domain rating is around 16, so it's not the highest, but also it's not completely at 0, so we can work with that. Also, it looks like they're spending some money in PPC, so that means search traffic. Look at that. This is so funny. They're optimizing. They are bidding on Los Angeles keywords, which are probably some of the highest cost keywords ever you can find. Yet they haven't invested in proper optimization for their own LA location. So if LA location is their main goal, I would carry over the optimizations for the entire website, starting with homepage and main practice area pages, to be LA, and then build out these separate location pages. Because right now, this website doesn't even have a dedicated page for Los Angeles car accident lawyers yet. They're spending money to drive traffic for that term. So thinking long term, do you really want to pay $50, $500 per click for the rest of your life? Probably not. So I think the site has a lot of potential, but there's some serious foundational optimization issues. However, after watching this video, it's a pretty easy fix.
Absolutely.
Just carry over the optimization. There's a couple other small things I would do is build out more pages for each locations, like Sacramento, for instance, big city. So they don't have the entire content hub. So you have to go pretty deep and build each one of those out. But then the question is going to be resources. Where do you want to allocate most of resources? Because I imagine there are infinite amount of money to continue investing. So you have to pick one city and go all in on that city. Once you rank in that city, pick a next one and build everything out in such a way. So
Perfect.
That's my judgment on this site.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
Perfect. Let's get to the next one. I guess like a lot of relevant pointers, and geo modification is what I like mainly, like geo optimization in a way is what I majorly took away. The next website that we have on the list is NP Injury Law.
Nice. Okay. Let's check it out.
And here we go with the second.
All right.
So what are your first impressions on this one?
All right. Compassionate personal injury attorneys ready to help you. Okay. That's cool. So I think a lot cleaner design compared to the other one.
Correct.
I like the other one with the with the awards and everything, but I think it was a little overkill and the fonts kind of didn't work for me. There's a certain way how you can do it. So this one feels a little more like hospital kind of vibes, but it's fine. For attorneys, it's not the worst thing you can do. You're not trying to win design awards. You just want to give people your credibility and sense that you understand what kind of law you're practicing. So I like the personal view of this. So it looks like we are dealing with personal injury lawyers. So we have a nice little practice area breakdown. So let's understand, what are the optimizations? What are they trying to go after? Again, I'm not even looking at rankings. I just want to see if there's foundational things we can find right away. Okay, so we have personal injury attorney based in Montgomery, Ohio. So we're not dealing with some super high metropolitan city. Granted, I don't really know that much U.S. history. I know to some general extent, but Montgomery, just kind of see where it is. Okay. So Montgomery, Ohio, seems like a pretty, let's see. How big is the population? I like seeing the population because then we know
how competitive it is.
Okay. And I actually like going after cities like this because they're not, only 10,000 people? Okay, well, they should be killing it. Let's see if they are already ranking maybe. Personal injury attorney. Because some of these smaller cities, you're sometimes not going to get that much search volume. Because between 10,000 people, how many will actually, let's see, Montgomery, put Ohio, make sure. Look, so what's interesting, they are ranking number 1 in maps. So, in their case, I think this is a huge win already. So they're probably driving a lot of leads from this. So good job on that. They do have only 5 reviews versus these two law firms have hundreds. So I feel like they have some competition that's coming after them. And then I see them also here in organics, and I feel like you already want to talk about this issue. What's happening here? I wouldn't say it's necessarily a direct issue right away. Well, it is an issue. Interestingly, Google has found a way how to serve them on page 1 with 2 URLs, but they are doing a little bit of disfavor for themselves with what's considered keyword cannibalization. So the homepage is optimized for personal injury attorney based in Montgomery. And we saw that page already ranking here.
Yep.
Now, but then H1 doesn't really talk about it. So that's kind of confusing. Maybe someone couldn't really make up their mind optimization-wise. But then we go to practice areas, and if I click on personal injury, this page will be optimized for the Montgomery entirely.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful case of keyword cannibalization because you have two pages optimized for the exact same term, and in result, Google is serving this, which is kind of a new way of serving pages that have almost like keyword cannibalization. But what's happening in their case is instead of being like number one, they are mid page one, which I imagine they're losing some clicks. So in their case, I would either go fully similar as the last time we talked about the site structure on the I forgot the attorneys for the Farahi law firm, where their site structure was lacking the necessary optimization as far as state versus brand versus city. In this case, we're seeing same issue, but they have two pages that are optimized for the same city. So a decision needs to be made what the homepage is going to serve. Are we talking about just the brand? Maybe we're going after the entire state, because let's think long term. I see also here is mention of Florence, where we don't have a page built out, or at least it's not linked here. So my suggestion would be merging these two pages if we're going to stay long-term focused on just Montgomery. If the plan is to expand in other cities in Ohio, let's optimize the homepage for Ohio personal injury lawyers, and then we build out each one of those hubs and give maximum resources to those hubs without any technical SEO issues that are slowing down the site.
And what do you think about like having a 0 DR, because they have it? Can they rank with?
Well,
like,
they
in more
clearly are
competitive
ranking. For more competitive markets, I think the 0 DR will be a little bit of challenge. I didn't even go in Ahrefs, but
Yep.
you know, if we think about it from perspective of what is your target location, if your target location really is Montgomery, you're probably not going to have high search volumes. So Ahrefs not going to show you as you're driving insane amount of traffic, but just by being number one in maps for personal injury attorney in Montgomery, they're driving solid business already. So let's see what's happening with car accidents. Okay, good. They are in maps, and then we have all the directories, and here's their here's their page. So I imagine they could even move up this to position 1 to have a complete domination across the page 1. So to answer your question, the DR0 in their case is fine. I think a little bit improvement on that would boost up their organics. Also, if we find more localized links or more links within their contextual area, which could be some additional directories or opportunities to guest post on some law blogs, that would also help their map ranking, just to strengthening their authority in general. So Google sees those entities of their website across the web.
And
so
it could be super relevant if they have to grow, I guess, because like ultimately a business has to grow or die. It's just how it is.
Exactly. So, you know, if Montgomery is their entire focus, I think it's fine with these couple smaller improvements. But if they want to go into like Florence, Kentucky, you know, then the challenge will really start growing. And I think it can be also very exciting to build out that as a separate hub in the website.
Okay.
So that's my take on this site.
Perfect. Let's get to the next one. I've shared it in the chat. Caruso law.
Caruso law. Okay. So 1 second. Oh, there's the chat.
You can even look at it in the document if you want to scroll.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Okay. So you got
can
a
close
nice
the
mix
other
here.
tabs. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good mix here. We had LA, California, which is super competitive, and Montgomery, Ohio,
Mm.
which is not totally the epitome of competition, but still
Yeah.
being top results is, you know, it gets you good ROI.
Yep. So they have very
Okay, cool.
impressive
So-
case results. This seems like a very big law firm that we are going to talk about now. So does their website
Yeah.
look
looks-
like
We
it
fight
reflects their
and
results?
win. We work for the insurance companies, but now we work against them. Oof. Serious. Hurt in New Mexico accident. Call our proven team of truck accident lawyers. Okay, so we are talking about truck accident lawyers, and that immediately kind of makes an interesting notion for me. We have optimization here that says New Mexico personal injury lawyers. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, and Chintan, you spend a lot of time in reading about affiliate sites and niches. You know, it's a little different play than law firms going after like law firm keyword terms, but very common term I'm hearing a lot about is niching down. So what I think is happening with Caruso Law is potentially a missed opportunity. So again, I'm not even looking at rankings, which obviously you wouldn't give me a website to analyze that has really good rankings, which honestly could be super interesting episode where we just like understand what they have done right. But in this case, without even looking deeper in the site, I see that they have a lot of content that's about car accidents. Car accidents, probably personal injury. Let's see where it is. Where's the personal injury page? Oh, it's so confusing. Again, this more I look at sites that have multi-location, I can even see how a person who lands on this site can't even navigate, you know, what are they looking for.
Yeah.
So let's go through this again. So New Mexico personal injury lawyers, great. So we're targeting this as New Mexico, but I'm just confused here again. Sorry. Title tag says Albuquerque.
Yeah.
So is it Albuquerque or is it New Mexico? Because, you know, again, I'm not a geography viz, but I want to say that New Mexico is a state. So if that's a state, and we have mixed optimizations here again. So if we want to go after New Mexico as a state, then we totally can do that. And that's fine. Now, I'm just assuming already they don't have good rankings, or they have somewhat good rankings. Probably site, you know, company's been around for a while, so they have the authority, which is great. Thinking about it deeper, they probably have some search volume for their brand. Yeah, they do, 150, great. And then what do we have here? You know, no real rankings. Head-on collision attorney, Albuquerque. So they have a big presence in Albuquerque. Las Vegas, New Mexico car accident. Oh, okay. So they do have some also car accident lawyer keywords. But let's just play around with this idea. If they want to really niche down, as they say, they're just truck accident lawyers, why don't we completely optimize the entire website for just truck accidents? Okay, like if that's your niche, double down on it. Put all your resources in that and rank it all of your cities and states for those truck accident terms. And write a bunch of content around different types of truck accidents. Amazon truck accidents, you know, like brand plus truck accident lawyer. Like those are some cool terms you can go after. So what I would do is optimize homepage for New Mexico truck accident lawyer. Practice areas, we're probably dropping this. Areas we serve, we put all of the cities where they are serving, you know, like here's California, that would be Ontario, and then all of these. So we have Rio Rancho. This is, I guess, optimized for personal injury lawyers. So we would go, again, just truck accidents, Oh, that's confusing. Didn't go to Rio. What was the page we were on? Rio Rancho? Yeah, it didn't take me to Rio Rancho. It took me back to Albuquerque. So everything keeps going back to Albuquerque. So there's just, again, the site architecture is so confusing. That information needs to be brought together. I think it would be exciting to see a site just go heavily after truck accident terms, and we literally optimize the entire website only about truck accidents. So this way, when someone lands on the site, they're like, wow, this is just truck accident attorneys. I'm hiring them. And we just build massive amounts of information just around truck accident cases. It could be a little bit risky play, but I think in their case, honestly, I don't think there's any risk to that. Only aspect I can see them being concerned about is building out, like missing out on car accident cases. Because they align really well, but maybe we focus as, we just kind of say, hey, truck accidents is our primary practice area, and then we can build out smaller hubs for car accidents and things that are related so they don't miss out on the actual car accident cases.
Absolutely. I think their DR is 39 though, so they'll be missing out on a lot of traffic, and as you're saying, it's like huge. So it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, DR 39. So what's their traffic history?
It's nothing. Like, they have tried for a bunch of times. It's been like hot and cold. Like, they've just tried something and then it doesn't work. So they're kind of struggling there as well, in a way. You can see that.
I would be curious to see how valuable these links are. Is that DR39, is it gotten organically, or it is kind of spammy profile? See, like these type of links, that's, I'm not a fan of those. And they're site-wide.
Yeah.
My attorney home. Interesting. So I always, regardless of the backlink profile, you always need to start with just clean optimization and then see how the site reacts. So that's always task one for me. And then we go deeper in the links.
Perfect. So I think but concluding thoughts would be optimizations, making them clear.
Well, I would say, the hypothetical of going just really niching down on just truck accidents, saying, hey, New Mexico truck accident lawyers, building out each location with truck accidents first. I mean, they've done a good job here. We can see right here, truck driver error. But I think these are more just general supporting content. I would try to find maybe have a page about truck accident statistics in just Albuquerque, or common pitfalls, or just things that are more related to Albuquerque, and then do the same in all of the locations. This way they're just known as truck accident lawyers, and kind of build that entire moat just around truck accident terms, because if that's their niche, I think they will see results a lot faster just for those terms. And the search volume wise, the truck accident terms are not sought after as much as like car accidents. So, the search volume is a lot smaller. So being on top of the page results is even more important if you want to see solid flow of leads organically.
Perfect. Let's get to the next one. I shared it in the chat. It's Aronberg.
All right.
This would be probably the last one for us, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think we are running short of time, so let's just do 4. That's also going to work.
All right, that's good. We got a good mix here.
Yeah. This one, as per Ahrefs, gets 0 traffic, just for some context. So, and it has a DR of 21.
Beach. Nice. Okay, I like Delray Beach. I've spent some time there. It's about, say, 25 miles from Miami, so not too far.
Okay.
So I like it. It's not as small as Montgomery for sure, but it is a smaller city. It's close to Boca Raton, so it is kind of like a very specific town. So whenever we deal with smaller towns, I can instantly say the search volume is not going to be as hard. But I think for Delray Beach, there should be some search volume. So let's see if they are ranking in maps. So Aronberg, because often these type of firms, they will be ranking in maps. And we saw the same with the other example you have. And they are number 1 in maps, which is great. So and let's see where are they organically. Okay, so
Third.
they're position 3.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. So let's see if we can get them to position 1. And then I want to do a quick search on car accident lawyers, Delray Beach. Car accident lawyers. So they are number 1 in maps as well.
Perfect.
And okay. And we see the exact same issue we were just talking about
Keyword
on the Montgomery
cannibalization.
side. So we have a keyword cannibalization, which this one's. Oh, wait. Oh, I clicked the wrong site. Wait. What was the Aronberg? Well, these guys have keyword cannibalization. So, but let's pull up the Aronberg site. So let's see what we have going on here. So we have car accident lawyers, Delray Beach, great. So that's the page that's ranking. And then we have also a nice location drop down that links to the homepage, and the homepage is optimized for Delray Beach. So it's a nice setup. I would say from all the sites you shared, I like this one the most from optimization perspectives and how the site structure is set up. So now we also have plantation. Oh, okay. That's a little weird. Why wouldn't they optimize the... Oh, maybe they just haven't gone to building these pages out. But
Yeah.
I think they have a great opportunity since they're killing it in Delray Beach. Plantation, Florida. It's a bit different. I mean, it's actually not that far from Delray Beach, Plantation. So I think there's a missed opportunity there to build out the pages there. Let's see, Boca Raton, if these pages are doing the same. Wellington, okay. So we have a bunch of content, but it doesn't seem like we have title tags and heading tags optimized.
No.
Oh, okay, we have title, personal injury and car accident attorneys in Wellington. Okay. Well, maybe that's enough to rank. Let's see. Wolfson, no. Anajar, Levine. Okay. So they are hovering on page 1, but I think there's a bit more work that could be done and to rank this page if it's important to them. And I can see that same issue is going to happen on the other pages. Now, I can tell you for them to rank in Boca Raton, okay, see, they have built out this. Yeah, let's see optimizations here. Boca Raton personal injury attorneys, Boca Raton personal injury attorney. Let's see what position they rank for it. Position 17. So there will be some work to break into the Boca Raton area. One suggestion I could make for them is create dynamic menus. I really like how big multi-location law firms and other businesses do this. So if I am in Boca Raton Content Hub, okay, so I'm in Boca Raton, then practice area pages should lead me to other Boca Raton practice area pages. And you know this, we've done that with our website where we created just Law Firm Hub. And if you land in our Law Firm Hub, you're seeing only law firm content. So in this case, if I'm building out Boca Raton Hub, I would build out all these supporting pages, all the practice area pages about Boca Raton. This way, a lot more information gets concentrated just about Boca Raton. Sort of gives this niche effect, because right now you're cross-linking with Delray Beach, and you just, you're losing a little bit of that SEO value within such structure. But overall, I think the site's pretty nice. I like this one the most from all of the ones you shared. They are getting solid amount of traffic. Let's see what the traffic, what terms is driving it. They're definitely getting business in Delray Beach. They're top spots right here. We can see that too. For their homepage, Yeah, it's a solid site. I think the areas to improve is scaling out Boca Raton faster, especially specifically with the idea how I described the dynamic menu. So that would be good. We didn't look too deep in content. That's kind of your expertise. So I'd be curious to see what you would say. But I think overall, this is a great site with a lot of potential, and it's a solid firm. I think their next challenge is conquering Boca Raton. At least that would be my goal for them, because Delray Beach is already tackled, and Boca Raton is a bit bigger city, so there's going to be more competition there.
Yeah, perfect. So going after more competitive cities and going multi-location SEO, that would be the route for them.
Absolutely, and I think they have excellent foundation. Maybe it's already in works, just we're not seeing that. If we look at the site in 2 weeks, the Boca Raton practice area pages will be already built out. But ideally, I would say create a dynamic menu where these dynamically change all the Boca Raton pages, which is not happening right now. And I don't even know if they have published Boca Raton additional content. Looks like everything's going back to the Delray Beach pages. I'm not seeing any Boca Raton content yet.
Okay, perfect. I think we can conclude the dissection here. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, that was awesome. We got some different variations of sites, but I think for those watching this video and kind of thinking about their own law firm website, the site structure is massively important, especially to scale it, or even to go after, if you're in a place like Montgomery, Ohio, you can totally conquer it just by doing the right things and building out those practice area pages. Try to avoid keyword cannibalization, because that will slow you down and you lose some positioning. But these are the models to follow and some mistakes to avoid.
And what should a firm do if they have to grow fast?
Publish the content fast, build links.
And if they can't do it, then whom should they hire?
Oh, I see. That was a setup for... I thought that was already implied. But yes, definitely people can reach out to us. We'll be happy to help. We do a little strategy session with you before you have to sign a contract, so you get an idea of what kind of strategy we will deploy. And then based on your resources, we give you a plan that will scale your site's organic presence.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for your time, Chris.
All right, Chintan, thank you so much. Until the next one. Bye.